Happy New Year, everyone. We thought we'd kick things off this year with some predictions about what's ahead in 2024. We caught up with attorneys from Epstein Becker Green at their recent annual briefing to find out what issues clients should focus on as we head into the new year. Let's begin with David Garland, who gave us a word so important he thought it was worth repeating.
Compliance, compliance, compliance. And that's become more challenging for employers, particularly larger employers, that need to grapple with the different levels of regulation in different locations.
Mental health, yeah. I think we've been talking about it so much since COVID. People have been more open about their mental health and needs and wants, and employers have been listening.
I think artificial intelligence. I mean, we've seen that boom outside of e-discovery, and I think we're only going to see that grow where, document review platforms are using various AI extensions to, again, help efficiencies and costs.
I would say uncertain. The regulatory landscape is definitely new and evolving. There are going to be questions that employers will have and employees will have about what types of tools they can and cannot use and how they can use them.
I think there are a lot of unanswered questions about how the board intends to apply Stericycle. And so I'll be watching closely, and employers, I think, across the country should be watching really closely to see what the board does and how we see the standard articulated in Stericycle applied and evolve.
Protected concerted activity. That's going to be the hallmark of 2024, the lens through which the board observes all things that employees are doing and how employer policies restrict that true hallmark of the National Labor Relations Act. That means employers who are in typically non-union environments should be concerned about their employment policies and whether or not they are in compliance with the National Labor Relations Act.
I think we'll see more of the same in terms of momentum that they have from 2023 in building, frankly. I think I saw a stat this morning. So far in 2023, 362,000 workers have participated in strike activity in the United States. 2022, that number was 120,000. So I think there'll be a continuation of that momentum right now, and then we'll see what happens with the election and the economy going forward.
In flux. I think this area of the law is going through a tremendous amount of change right now. I think that it will continue in 2024. It's going to continue in 2025. It's going to continue on for the next 5 years or so. There are political currents that are afoot in the country with respect to non-competes, and I don't expect that that's going to change anytime soon.
I would say the best offense is a strong defense. I think employers today must recognize that they need to be prepared before it happens. They need to have thought through each and every step and each and every permutation and each and every issue that may come up if a serious concern is raised and an investigation is needed.
Fraught. I think that 2024 will be fraught, in part because we're going into, obviously, another election year. There will be a lot in play politically, very high stakes, as any election is. With the government closely divided the way it is, it raises the stakes for individual legislative races. And I think that what we're going to see is a lot of policies put out, not necessarily with an eye toward actual changes in the laws, but as a rallying cry in connection with the election.
I think we're going to see a continuation of the debate around where people work. That has not subsided. And we'll have to wait and see how it evolves. Do we see people wanting to return to a physical workspace more frequently? Some of that may be impacted by generations and generational views on work and priority of work. It's also impacted, of course, by what people do and where it can be done. So that discussion is not over. And we're going to continue to see that play out.
Thanks, everyone. Plenty of interesting takes on what we can expect in the year ahead. None of us can predict the future, but no matter what happens in labor and employment, you can count on us to bring you the latest every Wednesday here on Employment Law This Week. Thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.